participants, please rise and join us for an opening prayer and then remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, Marcus, cool.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to come out here, participate in this great sport of wrestling. Please keep all the wrestlers safe. In your name, amen.
Yeah, 1 sec. Give me a second to just prepare real quick. Here's this thing for it. Should I go down to the...
And now, let's meet today's participants.
We're good. Everything's good.
Today's
That's fine. We'll be taking it down in 2
starter
seconds.
at 113 pounds. At 113 pounds, for the Mead Mavericks, Dylan Birch. For the Valor Christian Eagles, Brennan V. At 120 pounds.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the Valor Christian Gymnasium, ready to get underway with this high school wrestling event between the Valor Eagles and the Mead Mavericks. Valor comes into this meet 1-2, and they will have to forfeit quite a few points today, as they have far fewer wrestlers than the Mead Mavericks do. So
each game, or each duel, pardon me, Valor Christian has to give up around 26 points due to not having enough members of each weight class. A pin is equal to 6 points, as well as a forfeit. So essentially, Valor Christian is giving up around 4 pins every single duel.
yeah, that's really there's been some adversity for them due to their lack of wrestlers. They've had to forfeit quite a few points. So we'll see that if they can overcome that today against this pretty tough Mead squad with far more wrestlers.
Each school between both Valor Christian and Mead High School have 2 ranked wrestlers. Chaz Polson, being one of them for Valor Christian, is wrestling at 171 pounds. He is ranked 3rd this year in foray for wrestling. The other ranked member of the Valor Christian wrestling team is John Holst, who is currently ranked 4th.
And we see also Austin Veen will wrestle today. And he normally wrestles 113s, but he bumped up today to 120s to face Sage from Mead. And he will most likely wrestle in college at Embry-Riddle University.
The 2 ranked members of the Mead High School wrestling team is the member of the team that Austin Veen is wrestling in Sage, and he is ranked 3rd.
So we are set up here for a very entertaining matchup between Valor and Mead. Some ranked wrestlers here will be very competitive, and we are about to get underway here with some very exciting wrestling.
And the 2nd ranked wrestler for Mead is not wrestling today because Valor Christian does not have a member of that weight class.
And Mead normally puts together a pretty solid team. They beat Valor Christian last year, actually, but in the all-time matchup, Valor is 2-1 against Mead.
Really keep an eye out today for Chaz Polson and John Holst. Chaz Polson placed 6th last year in state, but keep in mind he had walking pneumonia at the time. He is a very great wrestler for Valor Christian and is one of their 2 ranked members. He is actually going to play football instead of wrestling at the University of Wyoming. He was a wide receiver this year for Valor Christian High School, put up very good numbers for them in that.
Sure, had a great season, was a pretty impact player on the football team, and as you see, one of the better wrestlers on the team as well here, so he should be exciting to watch today alongside John Holst, who comes into this match ranked 4th in the state at 125s? 152, sorry. And we are close to get underway here. We will come right back to you on the Valor Sports Network when we get some more action on the mat.
Welcome back to Valor Christian High School as we are about to get underway here with the first duel of the day between Austin Bean and Dylan Birch.
Yeah, this is the 1-13 weight class. So the smallest wrestlers for each squad. And they are underway down there. See, Brennan has him tied up around his right leg there as he's trying to gain control.
That is out of bounds. And they're going to come to the center for referees. Nope, pardon me. They are going to stand up again and grapple. These little guys are a lot of fun to watch. They're very energetic when they wrestle. They don't get tired as quickly as some of the heavyweight guys.
A little shiftier
as well. A lot more action. A lot more.
They're much quicker, much more takedowns. It's much more exciting to watch as far as some of the just pure power wrestlers.
You can see that right now with Brennan Veen currently on his stomach with Dylan Birch on his back.
As we see Birch out to an early lead, 2-0. Awarded some points early.
For the takedown, I believe. Switch back intermittently. Dylan Birch seems to have quite a bit of control over Brennan Veen right now. He's trying to get him on his back to go for the pin to give Mead a very early lead here.
And Valor's giving up, I think, 24 points on forfeits.
Yes.
4 wrestlers are going to have to forfeit because they have no wrestlers at those weight classes. So if Valor intends to win today, they're going to have to pin almost everyone.
That's an automatic 24 points to Mead because a forfeit is equal to a pin, which is 6 points.
So that puts Valor at an extreme disadvantage as we see round 1 come to an end here.
Very close so far between Birch and Veen. lot more moving around the mat than you'll see when we get further into the heavyweights, with Ryan Cummings being the heaviest member of the Valor Christian team. Those matches tend to be a lot more slow pace, but still very fun to watch because
a lot more powerful and
explosive.
But yeah, Ryan Cummings plays line for Valor's football team, so see a lot of power, a lot of strength in those matches too.
Very strong kid. Veen putting up a good fight, not letting Birch get him on his back here.
Sure, Birch pretty much in control of Veen, but having trouble getting him over on his back to try to get the pin. So Veen just basically holding off to try to prevent Birch from scoring points at this point as he's down 4-0. So we're partway through the second period here, 38 seconds left. As you see Veen trying to get on his feet here, try to flip it around and get a reversal.
Birch controlling that ankle, so it's making it very difficult for Brennan to stand up here.
Brennan trying to pry him off his ankle.
Almost has him on his back. He's got him.
He's got his lower half pinned down. Now he just has to get those shoulders down and try to go for the pin.
Oh, Brennan's doing a great job fighting back, not letting them turn him over for the pin here. He wants to not allow him very many points here because it's a lot of matches here, just a matter of very few points.
And again, with Valor at such an extreme disadvantage, they can't afford giving up many points. With those 24 from forfeits, they have to take advantage of points where they can and try to work their way back into it.
Here's referee's position. Brennan will start on the top of Dylan Birch.
And on deck wrestling next for Valor is actually Brennan's older brother, Austin Veen. Normally wrestles 113s, but will be wrestling in the 120 weight class today.
He will be facing Sage Budd, who is a ranked member of the Mead wrestling squad.
So Austin's going to have his hands full today with Sage.
Brennan possibly gave up a great advantage there, letting him stand up. Oh, he's going for the takedown. Birch has his legs. Great sprawl by Brennan here.
Now Veen has Birch pretty much under control as he's got his head down almost between his legs.
Birch is doing a great job of keeping control of Brennan's leg, though, not letting him get full control of him. It almost looks like Birch is going to get back into full control of Brennan Veen here.
Now Birch has control of Veen's left leg, and he's got it pretty well wrapped up with just under a minute left in the third round.
This is all he needs to do for now, is just not let him get any points.
And an official timeout here as they'll go back to the middle and start on their feet.
Brennan looks a little tired, standing up a little more straight than he did at the very beginning of this.
Sure, he's been pretty much trying to fend off Birch this entire time, just trying to prevent from allowing points as Birch now has 5 points.
With very little time left here to go in this third period.
Veen pretty much just laying on top of him now.
The thing Veen really needs to go for here is the pin. I don't think he has the opportunity to get back enough points here to get the win for Valor Christian High School. He's trying to get some force into him to roll him back onto his back.
And that's
2 points for Brennan Veen there.
So gets himself back in it a little bit, but 10 seconds left. It's going to be too little too late, it looks like.
Looks like he's trying to get him in a cradle-type position so he can get him on his shoulder blades there and get the pin, but to no avail. It's going to seem with time running out.
As we see the final here, 5-2 in favor of Birch, and that's a win for Mead.
By decision, Mead's Dylan Birch.
That was a great first match we saw there. Now we are going to see Brennan's older brother, who is a senior here at Valor Christian High School, Austin Veen, wrestle number 4th in the state for 4A wrestling, Sage Budd, at the 120 weight class. Austin Veen seems to be at a slight disadvantage here. He is weighing in at 114, while Sage Budd is weighing in 4 pounds heavier than him. Looks like that is very clear to see here with him quickly showing a lot more strength than him, pushing him out of bounds there.
Yeah, Veen's going to struggle here because as it is wrestling up, but also wrestling the number 4 wrestler in the state at this weight class is Veen's going to have his hands full today, so he's really got to try to not give up too many points, as we already see 2 on the board here for Sage Budd.
Sage is looking very feisty, for lack of a better term here. He is quickly shown dominance here in this
yeah, really got on top of Veen from behind. And they're right on the edge of the circle there, so Veen struggling to gain control back from Budd, who is right on top of him and thrashing around.
It looks like Austin is trying to force himself out of bounds here in order to go back to the middle, so it's a neutral position for the 2 of them to get Sage Budd off of his back and try and prevent any more points from being lost here. Sage
working hard to keep him in. He's really got him wrapped up, and he's really trying to pull him back into the ring and prevent him from getting any control of this match.
Sage Budd is a very strong young man. He is controlling Brennan's entire body by just holding onto his wrist there, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, Austin, he's just pulling him right back in bounds. And
that's out of bounds.
Struggling, and they'll roll out and go back to the middle now.
With only 17 seconds left on the first period, you can tell that Sage is
really in the driver's seat here in this match, really taking control, as Veen will start on the bottom in referee's position.
This might be tough for him with how quick Sage seems to move around and work on top of Austin.
And yeah, Veen working hard really just to not let Sage take complete control and get him on his back, and now he's flipping him over. And he's got him on his
great
back.
Job by Austin to roll over with the end of the first period there.
And that was
a great job by Austin, fending him off for that much.
Sure, now he's just got to get back to the middle and see what he can do. That was a good job there in that first round.
Only let up 2 points there.
Not letting up that many points, but he's got his work cut out for him. We can tell here as
hopefully the
Sage
starts
Budd
out
has
well
definitely
for
been
him.
in the driver's seat.
Oh, it tries to throw him there. Lat throw, if I'm not mistaken.
And now
quickly
Budd right
reversed.
back on top. The reversal for Budd gets him 2 points.
2 points there. Bud's controlling Austin Veen's arm very well right now. He's not letting him get the force necessary in order to flip Sage off of his back.
And now we see him back in referee's position with 1:34 left in the second round. Budd on top, and he will get Veen down on his stomach.
It looks like Austin's trying to keep his arms really extended in order for him to stay away from Sage's great arm control that he's displayed here in this match.
Sure, and just try to keep himself up and in kind of a neutral position, avoid giving up any more points, as he can't afford to get too far behind here.
Oh, great crossface by him to get Austin more sprawled out on the mats for him to get better, for Sage to get better control of Austin's body here. We have 1 minute left here in the second period, with Sage Budd up 4-0 over Valor Christian's Austin Veen.
And Veen again really struggling to stay up and avoid giving up too many points, as he has had a tough time here, as it has been all Sage Budd really in control, really dominating Veen, but doesn't have that many points to show for it.
Looks like he's trying to split his legs open to give Sage more control of Austin, taking away Austin's leverage against him. Austin really needs to fend him off for these last 30 seconds and hope to do something really well here in the next in the final period in order to
Sage
win this match for Valor. That'd be a huge upset.
A huge upset is again Austin Veen wrestling up from his typical 113 weight class in the 120s, and facing one of the best wrestlers in the state at that weight class. So if he could pull something off here, it would be pretty incredible, as Budd gets another point, 5-0 here at the end of the second.
You can tell Austin's just drained. He is taking a knee right now on the mat. He's just tired from the constant harassment he's receiving from Sage Bud here.
And Bud looks pretty much like it's business as usual, so we'll see if Veen can kind of pull off a little bit of a miracle here and get a pin here in this last period, and that's kind of his only hope at this point.
You can definitely tell there's a relatively drastic difference in weight based on how this match has been going so far, what with the strength displayed by Bud. He has him on his back now. Austin's trying to not let him get a pin, trying to force himself out of bounds.
And Bud awarded 2 points for the takedown, but Veen avoids the pin. And then 3 more points now, 10.
For the, I'm not quite sure of the term used, but he had him below, he had his chest below a 45-degree angle for a certain amount of time in order to get him those 3 points.
So Veen able to avoid the pin once again, but then sacrifices the points. Wow.
A great amount of points, too.
Yeah.
Austin trying to sprawl here, but you can there's just such a drastic difference in the weight and just such a clear difference in the strength between
Veen
these two
awarded a
wrestlers.
point for
I think avoiding the
takedown pin something
along
another
the lines.
point. 12-2 now. So Veen trying to get some points.
And I may be wrong in saying this, but I believe it's match after 16 points. Don't take my word for that one, but I'm pretty certain.
We'll just go ahead and roll with it and say that if he gets 4 more, it's over.
There's 2.
And now out of bounds with 45 seconds left in the match. We see Sage Bud with a 14-3 lead.
Sage Bud definitely in control here. It's
a near fall. We just discovered that when they
have them below a 45, their backs below a 45-degree angle near the ground is when they get the points for that. It's called a near fall. Austin trying to get ankle control here in order to not let Sage roll him over. Austin needs to pull something off here in the next 20 seconds in order to prevent Sage from coming out with the win here.
And at this point, pretty much a lost cause, just trying to hold on and avoid
the loss here for the technical.
And Veen really drained, sitting on the floor. He's got to
Mead,
get back up.
Mead is really cheering Sage Bud on here because if Bud gets 2 more points, that's a technical win, which is worth quite a few points. Oh,
and
I
there
was
it
wrong.
is.
It might not have been 16.
So that'll be it, folks. 16-3 final in favor of Sage Bud over Austin Veen. And that is 2 matches to none on the day for Mead over Valor Christian. As next we will see Austin Robinson in the 145 weight class, and he will be wrestling Kyle Michaels.
Valor Christian, jumping from 120 to 145, is losing 3 matches, I do believe. They're forfeiting 18 points to Mead.
So now we see...
Here we are watching all the forfeit wins that are coming about due to Valor Christian's lack of numbers.
And now we see once again Austin Robinson, typically wrestling 138, wrestling up at the 145 weight class. So another Valor wrestler wrestling up to try to attempt to avoid forfeit, and he actually now weighs 142 on the today. So.
Austin, I actually talked to Austin before the match. He's been wrestling 142s for most of the season, and following this match, he's going to be trying to cut down to 138 to wrestle in that. It looks as if Valor Christian is going to be wrestling a JV player based on their
singlet.
Singlet. Thank you. Is that a loss for words there?
And if I'm not mistaken, that is Joel Conley weighing in at 138, or weighing in at 133 today, but wrestling 138s for Valor against
Mead. He is wrestling against
Christian Cortez. So we see a JV wrestler here wrestling against their varsity wrestler for the same weight class. So again, Valor put at a disadvantage, just trying to avoid the automatic forfeit.
Joel's putting up a relatively good fight considering he is a JV wrestler as of right now. He is only allowed 2 points to Mead's Christian Cortez.
Gets flipped out of bounds, so they're going to go back to the center and start over here. And, yeah, you're right. He's putting up a good fight, trying to just, again, put Valor in a situation where they give up as few points as possible because with their lack of wrestlers, they're put at a pretty extreme disadvantage.
Extreme disadvantage. They're down immediately at the very start of this wrestling duel. They're immediately down 24 points.
Have to climb their way back in, and they really don't have a lot of room to breathe. Can't make many mistakes.
Going for the throw and the takedown there.
So now we see Conley working to stay up and not let Cortez get any more points.
He just really wants to avoid the pin here because that and a technical win are worth the most points here in high school wrestling. So that's really all he's trying to avoid here is just not letting him score enough points in order to get the pin.
And again, in all the matches so far, as he's slammed down on the mat, but in all the matches so far, we've seen Mead be really in control. And we haven't seen a lot of wrestlers for Valor get in the driver's seat and really put up many points. So we have yet to see that so far. We'll see a couple good matches later on with Holst and Polson, who are ranked wrestlers in the state of Colorado. So hopefully they can get this ship righted for Valor Christian and get it turned around.
Chaz so far, I think, has only been pinned once this year in his duels so far this year. He is doing very well for Valor Christian, getting them a lot of points in these duels.
And again,
He's on
Cortez
his
on his back, trying to wrestle him down.
Rolls over immediately. Great job by Joel here. Cortez here is working to roll Joel over onto his back in order to try and get the pin here for Mead and get them the 6 points.
And there are 11 seconds left, so if he's going to have to work quick to get this pin.
Valor's really going to need to win out pretty much for the rest of their duels here because Mead is already up in the first 3 duels so far. They are already up 19-0 over Valor Christian High School.
So that
concludes the first period there.
That coupled with the points Valor's given up for forfeits is a really deep hole from which Valor is going to have to dig out. So we see the second period about to start here. 2 minutes on the clock.
Joel shoots for the takedown, but Cortez, being a seasoned veteran at the varsity level, immediately sprawls and prevents him from getting the takedown and then rolls him onto his back and appears to...
And he gets points there, I believe, for the near fall.
He's still working for that pin there. It's a great job of Joel trying to roll over, but it looks like Cortez just has the advantage and is just stronger than Joel at this moment in time.
And he's just holding steady there right at, he's on his side, so not giving up any points at the moment, but he is not in a good position.
Cortez clearly he gets his arm free. Great job.
As Cortez is going to have to get back on his back and kind of reset, but still driving Conley into the ground.
Tries to roll him over there, but to no avail. Looks like Joel's trying to work out of bounds, and then he gets rolled over onto his back again.
As he's getting points for takedowns and
near
falls. So 6-0 here for Christian Cortez.
Joel Conley's doing a great job fighting back here, though. He's gotten him on his back a few times, but has not allowed him to keep him there for very long.
Sure, he's done a good job avoiding, again, the pin and the technical win, and really trying to keep the points lost to a minimum here. And just kind of, at this point, trying to save face, because it looks, again, like Cortez is pretty much in control of this match.
It was expected between a varsity member of the Mead wrestling team and the JV member of Valor Christian High School.
And that's a point for the escape there for Joel Conley.
Great job by Joel, but it looks like he's just getting tossed around right now by Cortez here.
But he's able to free himself up there, get a little breather. Now he's taken to the ground on his knees.
Joel going for the leg control to take out his leverage here. Pardon me, Cortez.
That's 2 points there for Cortez. 8-1 now.
He's trying to roll him over onto his back there, get his shoulder blades on the ground for the pin. To no avail, it seems.
And that will be the end of the second period now. And we will go into the third round with Christian Cortez of Mead leading Joel Conley of Valor Christian 8-1.
You can tell Joel Conley right now is just working his butt off. He is wrestling with all of his heart right now, just in order to not let Christian Cortez get the pin on him.
And doing a pretty good job so far. Hasn't really allowed him to get in too much of a controlling position. Had him in a little bit for the first round, but
a little bit early there in the second as well. But he's definitely doing a great job fighting back, not letting him get those points.
Yeah, really wrestling with all that he
has.
has.
Very well there though.
Now he's on his back and he's giving up points.
Near fall there. It looks like it's going to be about 2 points awarded to Mead. There it is. 10-1 now. Mead is up over Valor Christian High School's Joel Conley.
And
he rolls him onto his back.
Now he's got him on his shoulders. Gets him off the mat.
1 point for the near fall, it looks like. Maybe 2.
2 points.
Pardon me, 2.
And
Joel's just trying to stand up so he can escape right now, but Christian Cortez still has control of his back.
And that will be 1 point for Joel for the escape again. And that's how he's gotten both his points, is on the standing up and and just unwrapping Joel.
Very lucky for Joel if they just called that out of bounds there, because that looked like it was going to be more points for Christian Cortez, whether it be the pin or the near fall.
Yeah, so either way, good job by Joel avoiding that and getting back to the middle, getting himself a little bit of breather, see if he can work some magic here late in this third round. 38 seconds left to see what he can do.
Christian is just really going to be working for this technical win here in the last 30 seconds, or possibly a pin if he gets the opportunity to get Joel on his back.
Joel shot for the takedown there, but in doing so, put him out of bounds.
Honestly, right now, it just looks like Christian.
Clock
is
not running. So we have some technical difficulties here.
It looks like Christian is getting a little tired, just trying to avoid Joel right now, just to try and avoid losing points, but also not trying to get any points as well.
And 2 points awarded there to Mead for the takedown.
They both look very tired. Looks like Christian's just kind of going to try and do as much as he can to get him on his back just for this last 3 seconds, but that is not going to happen, as the third period is going to end with a Mead win over Joel Cortez of Joel Conley of Valor Christian High School.
So we see Christian Cortez comes out of the winner here.
Relatively expected.
Yeah, as the JV wrestler for Valor. So we see that now Valor Christian behind 3-0 to Mead in matches on the day, as our next wrestler for Valor Christian will be wrestling at the 145 weight class.
Austin Robinson will be Kyle Mcnellis. Yes, Kyle Mcnellis of Mead High School. Austin also wearing a JV singlet, but he is currently on the varsity roster for Valor Christian High School. Austin's a very strong member of the Valor Christian High School team. He just started wrestling his freshman year, and he is now currently a junior in high school. He's been doing all right this year, especially for just relatively starting out at wrestling just a couple of years ago. You can tell an immediate size advantage for Mead. You can tell that the shoulders of Mead's wrestler Mcnellis are just broader and more defined than Austin. Austin gives up a lot of muscle mass when it comes to the 145-pound weight class. He is much more suited for the 138, but currently had to wrestle for with the 145s, and that is Mead with the takedown for 2 points there.
And again, just all kinds of disadvantages for Valor here with the lack of wrestlers. wrestlers having to wrestle different weight classes, giving up forfeit points. So they've had to face a lot of adversity, but they need to start scoring points pretty quick here if they want to have any shot at all against this Mead squad.
Yeah, Valor Christian's down 23-0 right now in this duel here between Valor Christian High School and Mead High School. Austin trying to get his arm free here to get some leverage on Mcnellis here in order to get him off of his back. Oh, Austin's on his back now. Gets off of it. Looks like it's going to be a few points for the
near fall there. Almost had the pin, had his shoulders down on the ground for about 2 seconds, and then Robinson able to work him back up.
Austin needs to hold off here for about 7 more seconds until this period comes to an end.
And they
go out of bounds with 5 seconds left.
And that'll be 2 points there for the near fall for Mcnellis.
Austin is going to be starting on the bottom in referee's position here. Immediately taken down, rolled over by Mcnellis. That was the end of the first period there. Immediately reversed here to start the second period. Austin will be on top now in referee's position over Kyle Mcnellis. Austin needs to not let him get free there, or else that's going to be points for getting free after the, there it is, points for getting free after the referee's position.
And now we see Mcnellis again on top of Robinson's back.
Robinson here. Austin just trying to inch his way out of bounds here to maybe start in a neutral position in the middle of the circle here.
And he's working his way towards and Mcnellis trying to pull him back in, but both struggling hard in opposite directions. And Mcnellis rolls him back over, and now Austin Robinson works his way on top of Mcnellis.
Trying for the reversal, but Mcnellis immediately stuffs that and puts Austin on his back. He is currently getting points for a near fall. Austin not letting himself get pinned, though, by keeping his shoulder blades off of the ground.
Robinson went for the reversal there, but Mcnellis just stood up straight and then slammed him back down on his back and got himself some points for the takedown and then the near fall. So it is 9-0 now in favor of Mcnellis with 40 seconds left in the second period.
Mcnellis currently has control of Austin's arm, making him unable of getting any leverage here on Mcnellis. Austin trying to squirm his way on out, but to no avail. He is still in the same position that he has been for most of this match.
And both wrestlers really struggling, but in different ways. Robinson in more of a defensive mode, trying to prevent giving up points.
He's doing very well in his defensive mode right now, though, because Mcnellis is struggling at getting him into a position where he can earn points.
Robinson had the one costly mistake where he gave up a few with the takedown and with the
near
fall, but other than that, did a good job that period of damage control, not giving up too many points. And now we see the start of the third period, 9-0.
Austin needs to do some work here. The clock currently hasn't started, even though the period has. There's still 2 minutes on the clock, unmoving.
And we've had a couple issues with the clock today.
There it goes. It's just started. We are now down to 1:55, even though they have been wrestling for around 20 to 25 seconds. But Austin could not take advantage of that extra time given to him because they're still standing up grappling at this moment in time.
So now both wrestlers grappling for position, trying to
earn some points here with a takedown or something of the sort. With a minute 30 here remaining, Austin really needs to work for a pin or a lot of points from a near fall plus takedown.
Kind of like Mcnellis did to him in that second period, so he's going to have to work hard here. Running out of time. Going to have to start earning points pretty quickly if he's not going to get the pin.
Austin with the throw.
Unfortunately takes Mcnellis out of bounds, but a very good job on the takedown there by Robinson.
He's definitely getting a little more fired up here. Maybe he can use this in order to his advantage and get a takedown here and hopefully a pin. Austin smacking him around a little bit. He's definitely a little fired up after that throw, which is hopefully works to his advantage and doesn't work against him, making dumb shoots or mistakes in
But at this point, you got to start taking risks and trying to gain an advantage because you have very little opportunity to score that many points, and you need a pin.
Yeah, there's not many options you have right now other than a pin, with only 35 seconds remaining here in the final period of this match.
So he really has to take a shot here and try to pin Mcnellis here because that's the only option he really has.
With only about 20 seconds here remaining, Austin really needs to work for that takedown and stop just attempting to grapple with him. Austin is awarded 1 point.
And
he has
I believe
15
that was for an
seconds
escape.
left. That is going to about be it for him here in this match. Valor Christian is going to come away with another loss. Thankfully, it is not a pin nor a technical loss for Valor Christian.
And again now, Valor really in a deep hole as that's another victory for Mead. Mcnellis with the 12-1 victory over Robinson at the 145 weight class.
Mathematically speaking, Valor Christian High School only has the opportunity to score 24 more points here, and that is with 4 pins with their final 4 members of their team.
So at this point, they have been mathematically eliminated from contention.
But hopefully Chaz can keep up his rank right now, his state rank right now, as well as John Holst, who is currently wrestling against Hugo Ramirez from Mead.
And this should be a very interesting matchup. Both wrestlers ranked at the state level. Never mind, just Holst ranked at the state level.
Holst is a very strong young man. He is able to control most of his opponents very well. He's very fast, as you can see there, very aggressive.
And this is a very exciting weight class because you see the strength of some of the bigger guys, but you also see the quickness and the shiftiness.
Speed is still
of some of the smaller
maintaining. You
guys.
can tell by that takedown there. Great job by Holst, just shooting early,
And
catching him off guard there a little bit.
This could be the turnaround that Valor needs here.
Granted.
Kind of to get back in this game. They've been mathematically eliminated as far as actually winning the meet goes, but
going for the pin already. He's getting some points for a near fall. He is currently on his shoulder blades, and that looks like it is going to be points for a technical, while Mead is now in control of John Holst, which is not very common for him.
But he takes an early 4-0 lead, doing a good job with the takedown and then the near fall, so earning himself some points early on in this match has been a kind of a change of pace here from what we've seen in earlier matches, as we see an escape earned
by Hugo Ramirez. Hugo is actually doing a very good job fending off number 4, I do believe, in the state, and John Holst.
Yeah, again, Valor trying to just regain some momentum, and Holst doing a pretty good job, but Ramirez doing a good job defensively, not allowing too many points early on here. And Holst has him down again, earns himself 2 more points for the takedown, 6-1 now.
Hugo's just trying to work his way out of bounds, looks like, but John definitely has a strength advantage here compared to Hugo, and is probably not going to allow him to accomplish what he is setting out to do right now.
And Ramirez just has to keep going here. He can't give up because Holst has him pinned down. He looks like he's pretty tired, but he's got to avoid giving up any more points here in this first period. 4 seconds left, and Holst has him in a very dominant position. And that will bring this first period to a close.
That was a very eventful first period there. A lot of action. Hopefully neither of these two members of their respective teams get tired out here, because this action that we're seeing here is very enjoyable to watch.
It's a very entertaining match between Holst and Ramirez.
Holst really working Hugo's back here. Doing a great job controlling him. Is not going to allow him to get any escape points from that starting point in referee's position.
And now Holst has him in kind of a chicken wing position with his arm tucked behind him and has him on his stomach. So in a very controlling position here.
You can easily dominate someone in that position because they are going to give into the pain and allow them to, or it's going to allow the person controlling the other one to put them in positions that they would normally not allow themselves to go into.
Ramirez tried for the reversal there, but Holst trying to gain control of his legs. So
Holst is actually trying to put in legs right now in order to take away the little leverage that Hugo still has with John controlling both his hands as well as one of his legs as of right now.
So now he's just trying to gain control of that left leg and see if he can flip him over and get that pin.
He's going to try and sprawl him out completely flat on the mat in order for Hugo to have absolutely no leverage left here. John Holst got up really high there on Hugo. That could have been a great opportunity for Hugo to flip him off his back and to get out of that and get some escape points for himself. But John immediately hops back on his back and doesn't allow for that to happen.
And John really, again, in control here. Not putting up as many points as we've seen earlier in this competition, but very much dominating in this match between Ramirez and Holst here. Is Holst.
Though Holst is ranked in the state, he does not want to go to college for wrestling. He wants to focus on his studies a lot more rather than be preoccupied with athletic extracurricular activities.
And again, for a lot of the kind of smaller schools, that's a good thing for some athletes. Just kind of want to move on to the next chapter of their life. So more power to him and all of his endeavors.
And I think a lot of the things that wrestlers begin to realize is there's not really a professional wrestling realm where they are able to...
Sure, the only major competition that you really have is the Olympics.
Jumped the gun there a little bit, did Hugo. A little trigger happy.
Yeah, referee calling him back to the middle.
Hugo tries to roll him onto his back, but just remains in the same position about that they started in just a second ago.
And we see Paulson now getting loose on the sideline with 1:45 left in this match, and he will be next to wrestle.
He will be wrestling Marco Clark. No, pardon me. He will be wrestling Gabe Alvarado from Mead.
At the 170 weight class. As we see Ramirez on top of Holst here, got him tied up a little bit, but nothing really happening at this point, kind of a neutral position.
Though Valor does not really mathematically have a chance to win this match, it'd be really a good confidence booster for Valor to get a pin here and to get those 6 points on the board rather than being stuck with obviously less than 6 points.
Sure, you hate to just get dominated like they are at this point.
Holst looks like he's trying to pin him while Hugo still has control of his back, but Hugo ends up rolling him back over. Really working for the pin here is Holst, which is great for him. Oh, he's probably got it there. That's it.
He's got the pin.
That's
Good
the
job
pin
by
Valor
Holst there.
Christian.
Hugo was fighting hard with his legs up in the air. But, yeah, good confidence booster there. You're right for
Hopefully
Holst
they can continue
and the
that.
Eagles.
Hopefully they can continue that in Chaz Polson and then carry that throughout the remainder of their season or at least into their next match. Oh, it does not look like Chaz Polson will be next up. It will be another JV wrestler in Graham Trotter wrestling at the 170 weight, while he is only certified in the JV level at 145 pounds. He is wrestling 25 pounds over what he normally does, and that is a very clear disadvantage you can immediately see.
And he is, far smaller than the wrestler from Mead, who is Gabe Alvarado, if I'm not mistaken.
It looks to be Gabe Alvarado.
Yeah, they're wrestling 170s right now, so Gabe, the normal wrestler at the 170 varsity level for Mead. And now, again, we see Graham Trotter wrestling up to 170 from the JV level where he usually wrestles 145. So he is at an extreme disadvantage here. And hopefully we can see them hold on to some of that momentum that they gained from the Holst pin. But he's going to have to put up a heck of a fight here if he wants to do anything.
And Chaz today is actually going to be wrestling at it looks to be 182-pound weight class against Matt Stinson of Mead High School. It says, Alvarado's really working for the pin there, but digressing back to Chaz Polson, he will be wrestling, it looks like a weight class above what he is certified to wrestle at in the 170s.
As have most of the Eagles so far today, really have been, again, put at a disadvantage.
Very few members, if not any of them, have wrestled in their weight class, in their designated weight class. Except for, it looks like Brennan Veen, who is a 113, who wrestled
Brennan Veen and John Holst, who
113
both wrestled in their weight class, but the rest of the wrestlers now either wrestling up from JV to varsity or up a weight class, or both, as we see here with Graham Trotter.
The remaining heavyweight for Valor Christian High School in Ryan Cummings.
And we see Turner Hennington again going to wrestle 220s, it looks like, weighing in at 217 right now.
But the Mead wrestler is also at even greater disadvantage because he's only weighing in at 205 for that weight class.
So that is the one of the areas today where Valor Christian actually has an advantage.
Appears to have an advantage.
And again, we see right now that Alvarado's clearly in the driver's seat in this match.
Though not many points are on the board, it is clear that there is a greater advantage to Alvarado based on the strength and size differential. Yeah, Alvarado is not going to let Trotter stand up here. He's not going to try to allow for any points to be let up on him right now, which, in my personal opinion, no points should be let up on him wrestling a JV wrestler 25 pounds underneath him.
Yeah, that should be an extreme advantage on his part, but we see here that Graham Trotter's putting up a pretty good fight and maintaining a pretty solid match here as it's 2-0 early. But we'll see if he can keep Alvarado off the board for much longer.
Yeah, Alvarado is just quicker and stronger than Graham Trotter is for Valor Christian High School. This is it's very apparent right now.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time on top, but has not been awarded that many points, 2-0.
The most Graham can try and do right now, though Valor Christian already is mathematically eliminated, is try and reduce the pain inflicted as much as possible.
Yeah, that's you hate when it gets to that point as a wrestler because, I mean, at this point they're pretty much just wrestling for pride and
their own record right now.
And dignity and personal records. But the team has been eliminated from contention, and you hate that as a wrestler, have nothing to wrestle for at the team level. Because that sometimes can give you that extra push late in that match, is that looking over and seeing your teammates cheering you on, thinking I want to win it for those guys. But at this point, that factor's been taken out of the match for both teams.
Looks like Alvarado's just almost toying with Graham Trotter right now.
But again, only up 3-0.
Graham is looking to push to shoot here in order to get a takedown, but he concedes his back, so it seems, almost to Alvarado, which is an
interesting strategy. Again, just trying to kind of save face, I think. Didn't want to get himself put on his back, so.
Didn't want to get a takedown awarded to Alvarado. Oh, that does not look like a very comfortable position. Alvarado has him in a half Nelson with his with Graham's shoulder very easily controlled, and it looks like Graham is going to
get points for at least a near fall, maybe a pin.
If not a pin. Graham is doing a great job not letting his left shoulder blade touch the ground, but there it is. Though that was relatively expected, Graham did put up a great fight for that entire match. He even put up a great fight when he did get on his back. Almost got out of that, but.
Sure, again, you expect that from the wrestling up varsity and wrestling up from 145s to 170s. So
now we're going to see Valor's one of, if not the best wrestler this year for Valor Christian High School in Chaz Polson, who we touched on earlier. He is one of 3 seniors for Valor Christian High School, and he is actually he played football this year at Valor Christian High School, started wide receiver, and he is going to be following in his father's footsteps at Wyoming, where his father also played football, and that is what Chaz is going to be pursuing up there.
And we see Chaz wrestling at the, I believe, the 182 weight level against
Stinson.
Matt Stinson from Mead.
Chaz immediately gets 2 points in the first 10 seconds of this match.
And he will start in referee's position on top of Stinson.
Interesting move in referee's position. I think Chaz wanted to stand up there in order to
get
points
a
for a takedown.
And again, a confident move there by Chaz, trying to get him down, and he will
gets
do
the
so. Gets the
takedown there
takedown
for 2 points. Though
Stinson gets a point for the escape.
the thing about these good wrestlers is when they know that their competition isn't as good as them, they're going to just almost practice. You can just tell that Chaz just wants to work on things right now, be it takedowns.
And he will get 2 more points to make it 6-2 for the takedown there. And Stinson awarded 1 point for the escape there. So 6-3. Chaz has doubled him up right now, but Stinson again almost being toyed with by Chaz Polson, as you said.
There's another takedown by Chaz, but that looks to be he just wants him to stand up. Chaz just working on takedowns right now. He didn't even try to get him on his back. As soon as he took him down, he stood right back up.
That's just pretty extreme confidence there by Polson that he is in control of this match and that there's no way he's going to lose.
That's also
gets another takedown, 2 more points.
He's so confident that he's even giving away points to Stinson here. He is
letting him escape. So pretty much 2 points for every Polson takedown. You're going to get 1 for a Stinson escape, as Chaz is pretty much just letting him up as he flips him back over there. And Chaz is just so much stronger and more
athletic
than Stinson that he is just completely and totally in control.
He is absolutely dominating him at this moment in time.
Has scored 10 points in the first round of this matchup here with, I believe, either 3 or 4 takedowns.
He is up there with, I think, about, if we're speaking mathematically, around 4 takedowns.
4 takedowns, yeah. That's a very impressive round by Polson, and see Stinson just has his work cut out for him. He's exhausted already, has his hands full, and you can tell that this one is almost child's play for Polson.
Polson, I interviewed him before this. He has actually been wrestling since he was 3 years old. This has been his life since almost as long as he can remember.
And it's showing here today.
It definitely shows. It shows in almost every match he has here.
And he's got control of all of Stinson's limbs, it looks like now, and he's going to try to roll him over.
He's got his legs in. He's not letting him get any leverage with that lower half. I wonder what Chaz is working on now, since it's not just letting him stand up anymore.
He got the takedowns out of the way in the first round. Now he's moving on to his next practice.
Chaz just gave up another 2 points for
an escape. Pushed him away. He's just taunting him at this point.
That must really batter someone's confidence to know that your opponent thinks
just
so
using
little
you
of
as
you.
target practice,
Exactly.
essentially. And at this point, that is the case. He's just absolutely, completely in control of this match.
Chaz looks like he got another takedown there for 2 points. He's up 12-5 with 1 minute remaining here in the second period. Ooh, Chaz rolls him over. I can't tell if that was Chaz's doing or if that was the doing of Stinson.
Looks like this doing of Stinson and then immediately brought back down by Chaz. He was not going to have any of that.
Stinson just trying to force his way out through rolling and just jerking around to get out of that, to get out of Chaz's seemingly vice control.
Yeah, unbelievably got him very controlled. And at this point, like we said, almost all of these 5, or if not all of these 5 points by Chaz have been allowed intentionally.
They have been. Every single one of them have been allowed because of Chaz just allowing him to stand up after Chaz taking Stinson down. And I don't know if Chaz is going to let him stand up here again or not, but looks like he's actually going to start in the classic referee's position and not allow for the escape here.
kind of a little bit of a stalemate there as Stinson was just kind of sitting there trying to avoid Chaz from doing anything. As
Chaz looks like he's trying to Scooby him, which is when he pulls opposite ways on either leg, putting immense strain in the groin area.
But he is unable to do so before the end of the second period, so we'll go to the third here.
He had him in it, too. He was putting it in, and then horn blew for the end of the second period there. Maybe he'll be able to get it here for a win.
So Stinson on top now and driving Chaz into the ground. Polson flat on his chest almost, but has his arm under him.
Ooh, crossface there by Stinson. Chaz is a very tough young man. He, I mentioned it earlier, in the state finals last year, he was diagnosed with walking pneumonia, and he still was able to place 6th in the state tournament, which is incredibly impressive for the level of competition that he was facing in state.
Sure, and even with the pneumonia, able to compete at such a high level shows extreme toughness.
Extreme flexibility by Chaz there, too.
Takedown there for Chaz once again, as that'll be 15-5 now with a minute left. And we might see him go for the technical victory here and earn Valor some points.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but Chaz's arm was in a very awkward position behind his back, and just the flexibility of Chaz allowed him to just wiggle out of it. I think he's going to allow him to stand. Nope. I thought he was going to allow him to stand up to try and go for the technical, but the player's being coached from the sidelines, though it doesn't seem like it's going to be helping Stinson very much here with this large of a deficit, down 15-5 here with only a minute remaining.
At this point, his only hope again would be for a pin, and that's not looking particularly likely at this point in the match.
He has not been in control of Chaz with Chaz on his back once this match. So to see it here with a minute left with one of the best wrestlers currently in the state, I don't think it's going to happen.
Does not appear that will be the case.
Let's hope not, for Valor's sake.
Yeah, at this point, again, just wrestling for pride and dignity. So
down 33-3. Maybe Chaz at this point is just wrestling for his own record. Hopefully he'll bump himself up a little higher in the state rankings, though he is not wrestling a ranked member of the CHASA wrestling organization in Colorado right now.
So, yeah, we'll see here if he tries to bump himself up a little bit with a pin or a technical victory.
With only 15 seconds, it looks like this might be the end unless Chaz allows him to stand up and just goes for a takedown, which looks like that's about what's going to happen.
And that will be what he does.
I don't know if he's going to be awarded a takedown for that, though. Oh, he is. That is a point for the escape. So
Mead
Chaz is going to get less than 6 points. I'm not 100% positive how many are awarded for a non-pin or non-technical win.
We'll see momentarily. But good job by Chaz there. A good win, solid win, in control the entire time.
4 points.
So 33-10 here, and again, Valor just wrestling for pride and practice at this point.
And at this point, we are going to have another forfeit here for Valor Christian High School. The Mead wrestler that just won this one was, pardon us, Matt Stinson just won the.
So was that Chaz wrestling with a...
Chaz was not wrestling.
Chaz was wrestling... That was a Michael Arriga, I believe, that Chaz was wrestling. Perhaps from the JV level, which was perhaps why Chaz was so confident that he would pull that victory out and just toyed with him a little bit.
Interesting choice, but...
either that or we saw Graham Trotter wrestle against Arriga, and that was Hugo Ramirez that we just saw Chaz wrestle.
Graham Trotter did wrestle against Hugo because we heard them.
Alvarado.
Alvarado, potentially. I'm not sure of the situation.
Honestly, I have no idea what's going on. So we have Hennington now, certainly for Valor, against someone of similar body size and stature. For Mead, we're not entirely sure who, but we would assume that it would be Jorge Cortez. Weighing in at 220. Wrestling 220s,
Jorge Cortez is weighing in at 205, wrestling 220, while Turner Hennington has a 15-pound advantage, weighing in at 217. This is the weight class where you're definitely going to see a lot of brute strength, but also a lot of physical tiring of the two wrestlers.
As they're still just grappling for position, and that's a takedown.
Is a nice throw, if you will, by Jorge Cortez.
So that's 2 points for Cortez early as he tossed Hennington down.
That must not have felt good, all that weight falling on him there.
Yeah, these are some big fellas.
Once they get on the ground, it seems to be very inactive almost, just them jostling to not allow the mass of one to turn the other over. These are two very athletic wrestlers, you can tell, because they are not even remotely phased, it seems, by the strain to battle against one another.
Mm-hmm. And we see the referee's position here to start. 52 seconds left in the first.
Mead is currently 45-10 over Valor Christian High School, with Valor Christian only having this current wrestler in Turner Hennington and Ryan Cummings to wrestle, with the maximum amount of points that they would win being 12 to put the final score up 45-22. So Valor has been out of this for a while.
For a couple matches now, but again, you still see wrestlers out there working hard, trying to improve their personal records and not give up any dignity for the school. You always hate to get just beaten like that. You always want to make it at least seem like a close match.
You never just want to give up. You always want to battle for the sport that you love to do.
Again, just for the pride and the dignity. Both wrestlers, again, already visibly showing signs of fatigue a little bit.
With only the start of the second period, this might be interesting to see how tired these two wrestlers are at the end of this match.
That is barring some kind of pin early on here.
Jorge Cortez is currently up 2-0 over Turner Hennington, with, it looks like, now Escape rewarding Jorge Cortez with 2 points. 1 point, pardon me.
3-0 in favor of Cortez early in the second period, 1:34 remaining, as we see Hennington.
I don't think he's happy about allowing Cortez to stand up there. He's definitely wrestling as if he
and then Cortez now with the takedown awarded 2 points, 5-3 or 5-0.
And Turner is now on his back, but his shoulder is off the ground, not allowing any points for Cortez, and that is going to be considered a stalemate, and they're going to be placed in the center of the circle. Something is being argued about down on the mat. The situation was just flipped from the Mead wrestler being on bottom to the Mead wrestler now being on top of the Valor Christian wrestler.
Interesting.
Not quite sure what the circumstances were there to put them in that situation, but
yeah, I'm not sure that I could tell you what happened there, but now we see Hennington in an interesting position, face down.
Turner just using his Jorge Cortez is trying to get control of his arms in order to not let Turner push himself up to try and get out of this hold that Cortez seems to have on him. He is now getting points for the near fall and now the pin. 6 points awarded to Mead High School for that.
And again, you could tell that Cortez there was just the stronger wrestler and beat Hennington up a little bit and got him with the pin late on. So now Valor really getting buried. 51-10.
That is a
and again, Valor
impossible hole.
Valor has really struggled with the disadvantages been given to them by their lack of wrestlers. So now we see Ryan Cummings wrestling 285s for Valor Christian, and he will be going up against Dante Music of
Mead High School.
Mead High School. And now we get into the really big fellas, the heavyweights, as Ryan Cummings wrestling 285s weighs in at 257 compared to Music's 231.
And what's going to be what's really tough for Valor is they gave up 24 points to immediately start this match, giving up 4 matches to Mead High School and giving up an immediate 24 points. If they had those extra members of the team, the score might be a different story, but that's just left up to judge.
It's hard to say now, yeah, but
now this is the last match of the night here for Valor Christian High School. The most they can hope to do is get another 6 points on the board, kind of heal the pain a little bit, if you will, of this 41-point deficit that they are now currently in.
And now, yeah, again, just try to save face, save a little dignity in this last match of the day, as Cummings has a pretty big size advantage. And he will get points for the near miss, and looks like he might get a pin here, as he is really fighting to get Music's shoulder on the ground.
That looks like it is going to be
he will
it.
do
That
so,
is
an
the pin.
early first-round pin for Ryan Cummings. A great job. Good sportsmanship helps Music up off the mat.
Ryan definitely had a great advantage in that one with a plus 26 pounds there. Definitely helped him out.
And a bright spot to end the day here for the Eagles is
sub 1 minute pin there. Great job by Ryan Cummings to work really hard for that, kind of give his team a little bit to cheer about in the locker room after this, even though there's it's kind of difficult to do so at this point.
Now we'll see the 106s come out and wrestle. We're unable to do so earlier, so almost a comical change in weight here as we see the lowest weight class for each team come out and wrestle. That's Kobe Welch, Tim Welch's son, actually.
He has been wrestling since the day he was born almost. Welch has had him in a singlet since before he could walk.
One would think if your dad was a wrestling coach like Mr. Welch is, one would think it would be kind of your thing.
Which it seems to be that for Welch here. He has been doing very well this season for Valor Christian High School. Hopefully he can come out with another victory here for Valor to put them to cut the deficit by 6 more points, hopefully.
And again, just kind of end the day on a bright note for the Valor Eagles, as we saw Cummings with the early pin and a physically dominant performance over Music. But now we see Kobe Welch can hopefully again end the day. Holy smokes. Wojciechowski.
Of European descent, clearly.
Polish, perhaps?
Russian. Probably more along Polish, I would agree.
A lot of unnecessary C's and W's, if you ask me.
Maybe a couple 4 vowels in a row here and there, but Kobe really working here for this pin. Almost has it, but definitely getting points for a near fall, and there's the pin. Great job by Valor to finish off.
Just a minute into the first period. A good job by Kobe Welch there with the pin.
Great job by Valor getting 2 final pins there to end the day on a bright note, on a relatively bleak day of wrestling for them.
Yeah, as you said, just trying to brighten up that little bleakness as they lose 51-22, but finish the day with 2 first-round pins. So a good finish today here for the Eagles, and they finish this meet. They lose 51-22. Thank you for watching. This is the Valor Sports Network. I'm Matt Fontenot, and
I'm Matt Whalen, and we are signing off.
Thank you very much.